really, as a little bitty girl, I remember my parents loved music. We weren't the singing Yearwoods or anything, but they had a really healthy love of music. Really loved country music. He loved Hank Williams and George Jones and Merle Haggard. So I heard that music early on, and my first memory of listening to music was as about 5 or 6 years old. And I had a neighbor who knew that I loved music, and she would give me old LPs of hers, and most of them were Elvis. And when I heard his voice, I remember, even as a little girl, just being mesmerized by his voice. Not really knowing why, but just, of course he was beautiful, but at that age it was really about the voice, and I was just hearing the cry in his voice and the emotion, and I just loved him, and I thought, that's what I want to do. I think I have potential as a writer. My husband would say, don't say you're not a writer, because rhyme. I think I'm good with telling a story. I wrote all every word in the cookbooks I wrote. So I can tell a story, but I'm not so great with rhyme. So we wrote a song called Main Street, and he said, tell me about growing up in your small town. Oh, that's really awesome. But for me, my background as a singer, was a session singer for a lot of writers and publishers. So I know a lot of really great writers. And songs like Walk Away Joe and She's in Love with the Boy, The Song Remembers When. If I could write something like that, I would record it. Tough question. I think the song that pops into my head is The Song Remembers When. It was written by a man named Hugh Prestwood. And it's a story, but it talks about the power of music. And it's kind of that story about how you can be in your car and not thinking about anything, and a song comes on the radio and it takes you right back to a memory that you didn't even remember that you had. That's the power of music. I think that song probably is the one that comes. An artist named Johnny Burnett, who was kind of a 50s, 60s guy, and he had a song called You're No Mine. It was just this really, in his voice, kind of like Elvis. And I remember hearing that, and I'm sure my mother and father